Good morning, guys. Good morning. Here we are, another episode of MGTOW. Um, I don't know where to begin with this. I really don't. I'm a little bit upset with it all. I'll read the article to you, and trying to like let it sink in a little bit. But I've always been a Doctor Who fan. I've always watched Doctor Who. Geez, man, I'm nearly 50 years old, I suppose, and I've always watched Doctor Who. Anyway, they have to take over everything, don't they, guys? There is just not a single franchise that they don't have. They don't take over. Now we're dealing with Doctor Who, and it really pisses me off. They don't go out and create their own fucking franchise. They've got to take over. Sorry, an original franchise and just destroy it, just fucking annihilate it, and. I haven't had the pleasure to sit down and watch a female Doctor Who yet. I will sit down and try and catch up with it, but I can already tell it's just going to be an absolute load of fucking rubbish. And you can tell by the article that it's just going to be even probably worse than what I'm expecting it to be. Full of social justice warrior fucking bullshit and feminism. So here we are. The all-new Doctor Who is different than in almost every aspect. I mean, that's the best thing to do, right, is to take over an original product and just completely change it, right, because it wasn't good enough before. It wasn't good enough before. It's only good enough now because, the females are going to be there in the lead role, and we'll see how she goes, right? So here, I'll read this to you, and just the first lines really, really just piss me off. Warning, only for moderately wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey spoilers. Now, what the fuck does that mean? Fucking hell, I'm just pissed off at just that one sentence alone, man. Just fucking, you pricks. Because he's never ever said that at all, isn't it? Anyway, are you a doctor? Shame. I'm looking for a doctor. Like a rough dozen or so actors before her, give or take a spin-off movie or a standalone special, Jodie Whittaker's female Doctor Who lands her first episode with a crash, a tumble and a kind of witty disorientation which has kept the character sharp for decades. Okay, so sharp for decades. The character's already been sharp for decades, but you're going to fucking just bring it on, right? Jodie Whittaker. Playing off a gimmick, guys, created in the 1960s when actor William Hartnell became too old to continue in the series, each weary-bodied doctor regenerates into another. Depending on how old you are, your childhood was perhaps even defined by one Doctor Who in particular, typically just marked by the actor's surname, Pertwee or Baker or Davison or more recently Tennant or Smith. Correct, because the Doctor Who has always been a man. I'm really sorry to tell you that, ladies, but traditionally, these kind of roles have been men. So anyway, those face flips are typically tagged as reboots, but in truth they are simple refreshes. Little changes in Doctor Who in terms of story tone or format, and while fans love to entertain the notion that each Doctor is distinct, there is a fast-talking clowniness that seems to be a common thread throughout them all. And there is. He's funny, he's witty, he's the guy next door, he's the guy that pulls it out at the end, out of nothing, he's a fast talker, he's got his little gimmicks that come out and save the day, and he's also a diplomat, he's very diplomatic, he's able to organise things and people and stuff like that. Anyway, we'll continue. So we're not going to have any of that fast-talking clownliness that seems to be a common thread. That's gone, okay? And he's not going to be no more defined. That's going to be gone too. In that sense, perhaps Whittaker's Doctor is no different. But in almost every other respect, this is a new Doctor Who, perhaps the first season opener for a new Doctor in recent memory, which is genuinely hard to predict. Yeah, fucking bullshit. As it lurches joyfully from dark to light, from frivolous to genuinely frightening. Yeah, let's fucking see. The new showrunner, Chris Chibnall, he wrote this episode and it was directed by Jamie Childs, gives Doctor Who a proper face peel and a kick-off episode ripping back all of the gimmickry, which typically defines the series generally and post-regeneration episodes specifically. So hang on a minute, gives Doctor Who a proper face peel in his kick-off episode, ripping back all of the gimmickry. So there's not going to be any of the gimmickry or any of what we're used to as Doctor Who. It's not going to be the same Doctor Who. We meet Whittaker's doctor and her new companions, Bradley, Ryan, and Yasmin, with no TARDIS, no sonic screwdriver, nothing of the Doctor Who world, leaving her stranded on Earth trying to solve a mystery involving a strange alien force and an unexplained alien pod. While plainly you are not watching a conventional mystery drama, the point Chibnall is making is that you could. This is the new Doctor, of course, with a new gender, but more importantly, it comes with a series storyboard which has been wiped clean. Oh, fucking hell. There, why don't you guys take over the whole fucking series that has been successful for the last 40 fucking years and just wipe it completely fucking clean, right? None of that fucking matters because the female Doctor has arrived. Listen to this, blokes. You won't believe it, man. I'll start from here again. This is a new Doctor, of course, with a new gender, but more importantly, it comes with a series storyboard which has been wiped clean. No Daleks, no Cybermen, no backpack of mythology to weigh you down when you watch. Oh, perfect. No fucking Daleks, no Cybermen. Oh, fucking wonderful. You know, the Doctor's going to come down and just do all the social justice fucking shit that, you know, men need to fucking do. If anything, this owes more to historical science fiction think Quatermass, never heard of it, more than Doctor Who. From its disturbing alien blob in the bushes plot to its episode title, The Woman Who Fell to Earth, which feels easily borrowed from the Pulp Fiction shelf. I don't understand any of that fucking whole sentence. It's just all fucking dribble. The question of the change of gender is a blink and you will miss it moment in the script. Oh, really? We'll just miss that. It's a gender, the whole fucking gender's changed and it's, don't worry about it, just skip right over that. Over before you almost realise it, and appropriately so. Well, just don't worry about that. Of all the confected media scandals of the last decade, the gender-bending Doctor Who is probably the most overlooked of them all. Overlooked of them. Sorry, boys. Whittaker is immediately and undisputedly the Doctor. Oh, she owns the character with spark and sparkle from her opening frame. True, we've had a solid lead up to the launch in time terms to get used to the idea, but it's a smooth transition. Smoother perhaps in Doctor Who canon than Baker to McCoy or even McCoy to McCann. Yeah, it fucking isn't, boys. I fucking tell you that it ain't at all. This is all Dreamtime fucking bullshit here. This is fucking, they're dreaming if they think it's going to do that. Thematically, it is a story of loss, and here perhaps we dip into the broader Doctor Who canon itself. From its origin in 1963, Doctor Who has always been a story of loss, of triumph, of courage, of hope, and of great humour too. There you go. So it's always been those beautiful, wonderful things, but you want to completely delete that. You want to get rid of it, scrub it, get rid of it. But mostly it is a story of loss, of the Doctor's melancholic wanderings, of his now her previous life as Gallifreyan Time Lord, and in particular of companions too many to count who gave their lives in service of saving the universe. But Chibnall's Doctor Who and Whittaker's Doctor, while courtesing to that history, waste little time wallowing in melancholy. This is sharp and delightful, leaping sprightly from moment to moment. Sprightly, fucking what a word, sprightly in Doctor Who. From messy twist to unexpected disaster, pausing for heartbreak and ultimately jubilation. It's important to note this story is prefaced by last year's Christmas special, which was the story of the first Doctor and then the current Doctor Who, both fighting the clock, resisting their regenerations. This bookends that nicely with Whittaker's Doctor diving headfirst into a new regeneration, reveling in every brilliant, funny, tragic moment. Whittaker's Doctor has arrived. She's not just made her mark, as each Doctor does, but she's raised the bar, and she's brilliant, just brilliant. I mean, come on, guys, you've got to be kidding me. So they want to scrub the whole fucking Doctor Who past, the whole Doctor Who mythology and everything, because this Doctor is just fucking brilliant, you know, and this is a benchmark. This is a fucking, she's raised the bar in fucking, in Doctor Who mythology now, right? When this woman comes along, there's no TARDIS, there's none of the bad guys that we're used to. There's none of it, boys. It's fucking gone. No Daleks, no Cybermen, no backpack of mythology to weigh you down when you watch. Weigh you down? That's the history of the fucking thing, mate. The backpack of mythology. What a way to put the history of the Doctor at that, huh? Anyway, boys, I'm a little bit sickened by it all. I won't be a huge fan of this female Doctor Who. From what they've seen here, they've stripped the Doctor of everything, of his whole thing here. And this is the new Doctor. And sorry, boys, but I just can't handle it. It blows my fucking... They've got to take over everything, don't they, boys? They can't leave shit alone, you know what I mean? They've got to continue. They've got to completely wipe the whole storyline and completely start out because it's a new female Doctor and a new generation. And, you know, it's just a fucking joke. Yeah, I won't be watching that shit. So anyway, I just thought I'd give that to you. A bit of Meg Tower for today. There wasn't anything else there for you today, boys. There hasn't been anything on the Australian. This is our news here. It is pretty fucking ordinary, and there's no comment section anymore. The comment section on each one of these new news articles or whatever you want to write has been removed. There used to be a comment section for each one of these stories that you could go and write a comment on. But nowadays, they've just completely removed it. So anyway, that's it for me. See what I mean, boys? There's nothing else. Okay, there's just nothing. That's Australian news. That's why they keep people so fucking stupid here and so dumbed down, because there is no news here. It's all entertainment, fucking, you know, stars this and stars that. And that's all there is. You look for yourself, guys. And royalty, they love their royalty here. There's lots of advertising for royalties, tours, and fucking, you know, the royal this and royal that. Yeah, fuck all them, they're cunts. Okay, look, I'll let you go. Thank you very much. Have a good day.